Good morning, good morning, good morning. How are we, people? How are you, beautiful souls, you go-getters, you rock stars? I hope you are having an amazing day, because I know that I am still spiritually, and I think with all the knowledge and all the content I learned yesterday, it's you're on a natural high. So I've got so many things that I want to share with you all. Learned so much from my old but new coach JT Foxx, and I learned a lot about Mr. Gary Vaynerchuk. The great thing about it as well, we're able to speak with him one-on-one. So I got his private email. So watch out, some big things are happening. So yeah, we learned a lot. Really connected with them both. I used to do a lot of work with JT Foxx back in the day, and yeah, it's really exciting that we're back and rocking that out. So I wanted to share some big takeaways, because obviously I know not everyone could get to the event yesterday, and I really want to, some things they really opened my mind up to. There's a lot of stuff that we're already doing, so I'm just gonna get over this way, and there was a lot of stuff that I'm really excited about, because firstly, what I want to share with you all, that there was a lot of stuff that we're already doing, but then you've got the people that are at the top of the food chain, or the guys that are winning in this industry of self-development, of coaching, so on and so forth. They basically, we knew that we were on a good thing, but when you see people that are at the top of the game and they're talking to you about it, and you've been doing it without any guidance, we're like, wow. Yeah, so I'm excited about it, and a lot of the things that I want to share with you all, that we're in such a great time and in such a great space to be for business, for expansion. As you see the news, they talk about the economical crisis, and that economics and everything's falling down around us. It actually isn't, because there are so many people, if you look at the understanding, I think that the numbers were from 11 million to something like not even 11 million, 11 billion to 20 million people are starting to spend on self-development, and working on themselves, investing on themselves, and so on and so forth. So it's a great time right now, on this planet. Hey, good to have everyone on. How we going, Leanne? And hey there, good to see you. Good to see you as well. And it's a scary time, but also it's an amazing time, and I'll explain both, because we have such an opportunity with social media platforms, with getting our message out, and so on and so forth. But where we're failing, and where it's coming a little bit, hey, how's everyone going? Good. I'm loving the interactions. I'll keep rocking it, so we don't keep stopping. Plus, I'm driving. So the thing is, we have got everything laid on a silver platter for us. Yeah, we've got these social media platforms where Facebook is for free, Instagram's for free, and there's so many platforms where you can express yourself and let the world know who you are and what you're good at. Yeah, and why I say what you're good at, because there's no point getting on a live stream, getting on or whatever, exposing yourself, and it's rubbish, and you're boring people, and and so on and so forth. And don't get me wrong, not everyone's going to connect with you, not everyone's going to see your message, but as Gary said, he doesn't want those people, and as JT Foxx said as well, he doesn't want those people, because if they're congruently growing people for the higher purpose of wanting to add value into people's lives, and it's exactly the reason why I show up every day and why I'm doing what I'm doing, because what I teach you guys saved my life, yeah? And that's what motivated me to do what I do every day, to be a coach, to be a mentor, but more importantly, to lead people with the truth and say, hey, enough of the fucking sob story, enough of the bullshit, enough of going around in circles. Let's get on with it. Let's not worry about the past, your opinions, judgment, and the rest of it. Let's go on and let's start living life together, to a higher purpose, because life's hard enough. Do you know what I'm saying? Life, you've got struggles, you've got opinions, you've got people that don't want to grow, you've got so much of this stuff happening that people are judging. We don't need any more of it, and even people are battling with their own, with their own mental capacity, so you've got all these, things that, and they hold you back just before you even get out of bed. So the thing is, what I want you all to start to remember, yeah, and I don't want to give too much away, because I'm going to be, obviously, I'm going to be teaching a lot tonight on my true authentic reality, is that with where we're at right now in this day and age, we need to take advantage of it. We need to take advantage of using these platforms at the moment are free. Yes, you know, you've got Facebook ads, which is obviously, you know, they're quite cheap at the moment. But what's happening is people are taking advantage of Instagram, of you know, these platforms like LinkedIn. LinkedIn's going to be the next big one. Facebook, obviously Snapchat, so on and so forth. And if you want to be in inspiring anything, if you want to add anything to this world and be an entrepreneur, in the next, say, 3 to 5 years is your time. Because other than that, we're going to be outdated with technology. We're going to be outdated with, you know, everybody, you know, smothering the system, smothering the industry. So this is the thing. What I say to you all, firstly, that what you really want to be coming in perspective is, it comes down to, you don't want to be someone that sounds good. Oh, look, I just want to leave the 9 to 5. I want to rebel. I want to be this person. I want to be that person. You want to be giving back. Hey, Ante, good to have you on. And Nicole, good to have you on, sister. I'm glad that you got on. So this is going to help with our call. And what they said, which is really brings a lot of warmth to my heart, because that's what I've been motivated in my values and beliefs ever since I started that. And again, it's great to see the best in the world standing up there and recertifying and actually saying what I've been believing in without, you know, them saying it firstly. So that gave me a lot of more of a boost and self-belief and that self-conviction, because I knew what I was doing was fantastic, yeah, and I knew it was a higher purpose, and I knew that we're going to be changing, and we have changed so many people's lives over the years. But once you get up there and you see that, you know, the top of the food chain, they're going, well, you know, this is where we're at, this is how we're going to rock it out. It really, really brings a lot more warmth to your heart. Hey, Harvey, good to have you on, man. Obviously met Harvey with JT Foxx. I think you're moving back to Australia, so I'd love to catch up with you. It was good to see JT yesterday. So now I'm gonna pinpoint some of the big takeaways. So we are in an era which is extremely moving forward. Hey, Lee, good to have everyone on today, and I'm really love the hellos and the love and the interaction. And I better not get carried away because I am driving. And what was fantastic was that we are in such a placement and we're in such a time for growth and expansion. It's fucking exciting. Yeah, because there are so many different avenues, platforms, so on and so forth for people. And this lady just cuts right in front of me. You're okay. So people can get their message out to the world. And what people are doing is they're taking advantage of their time. They're taking advantage of the platforms. They're taking advantage of not expressing themselves to their best ability, because, you know, this is the thing. You know, when you've got a nice car or something, yeah, you normally keep it in the garage. You put the, you put the cover on it and you leave it there, and it basically just sits in your garage, yeah? And you know, oh yeah, at the start it's fantastic, you know, you get used to it and so on and so forth. You know what's really ironic as well? I see a lot of people like, they see me doing live streams, yeah, and they see me in the car and they find it really funny, and I find that really interesting, because, you know, for one thing, people wouldn't have the balls to obviously teach people every day, or they couldn't teach people any day because they've got no content to give, but they find it, you know, they find it really entertaining, and you know, you can see them in the windows and all that, and I give them a wave. Before, I used to get really paranoid with it. So yeah, it was really cool actually. So what I'm going to really teach you right now. So if you're an inspiring thought leader, if you're an inspiring entrepreneur, if you're an inspiring business person, or whatever it might be, you want to grow yourself, yeah, and you want to get your message out to the world. You might be a visionary. So I know this weekend, tomorrow, my beautiful partner is going to be holding a mastermind with you know, with, I think it's about 7 people doing the visionary, and you know, she's giving that time 5 to 6 hours for free. So that's going to be awesome. So if you know, the guys that are coming, get excited about that. But my whole motivation with this live stream is that if you want to be a person that's going to add something to the world, that wants to feel that you've got a place in this world, a place of contribution, a place of attributes, and a place that you're constantly growing, that this is the thing. Great leaders will give up 90% of their gifts, their value, and their content for free. Yeah? And you know, and I'm not going to relate this back to me, but what I've always done is, like, I will show up every day, you know, with live streams for 1 hour, and the rest of it, to have a coaching call with me for 1 hour, it's normally $500. But the reason why I do this, the reason why I show up without even, you know, having a Gary V or a JT Foxx or the Coaching Harris and people of that telling me that, is that I want to empower you all every day. And the reason why I want to empower you all every day, because some days are going to be high, some days are going to be low, some days are going to be bad, some days are going to be good, some days are going to be white, some days are going to be black. But if I'm showing up every day empowering you, do you think that I'm empowering myself by doing that? Of course. But do you think that if I'm showing up with value, that, you know, when you're ready and you're going, you know what, you'll be in the right state of mind and you're ready to go and you're ready to take your growth to the next level, because I'm showing up every day, I'm giving you that confidence, the support, the stability for you to be able to go, all right, cool, you know what, it's time to move forward. So I worked with JT Foxx probably 3 years ago, and his team flew down to Bali, and we did a lot of marketing and branding. Absolutely amazing. And yesterday I caught up with him, obviously at the event, and it was so great that he spotted out in the crowd of, I think it was over 2,000 people, that obviously my VIP client Gary Slade was sitting right next to me, and he spotted him out and said, well, this guy's got so much potential, and you can tell that he's in a great he's in a great support cast. I didn't know that JT knew that I was his coach. And afterwards he goes, I remember you sitting there. He goes, of course, you've been a student of mine, and I knew that you had a connection, and I knew that Gary, you know, you were leading him, and he called Gary a diamond in the rough. And it was really cool. Firstly, obviously, to say, you know, my coach to say in front of 2,500 people, well, you know what, you're creating magic. And then to obviously give that appreciation back to Gary and say, well, mate, you know what, you're in a good place, and you're a diamond in the rough. That was absolutely huge. So, you know, there was a few big wins, but one of the things I want to tell you what Gary V said to us, and we had a little bit of a chance to speak with him, and obviously we saw him up on stage, was that he was talking about that if you want to be something exceptional right now in your business or in this world, or set yourself apart from everyone else, not with arrogancy, not with vengeance, not with a motivation to put other people down, but just because it's your own path and that's what drives you and it becomes a passion, it is that you want to be able to get your message out efficiently and create an emotional connection that is what people want. Such an emotional connection to what you're gifting or what you're sharing with people that is going to blow their minds. That it's not a motivation of I'm going to give that emotional connection because I want money. Because if you see Gary V, he was up there and he just kept throwing those bombs. He kept throwing those golden nuggets. He kept, having that motivation, and it was absolutely fantastic. What he was sharing, and he goes, you know what? Most of these people that have been up here, they're speakers, they're leading you in because they want to sell something, because these stages are for a platform to make money. He said, what my sale is at the end, or my pitches, it's called zero. He goes, the thing is, I would prefer to give away 90% of my content and my gifts congruently, because I'm a leader and I want to empower others. And if people see value in what I'm doing and they want to keep the growth to prolong, then fantastic. If they don't, then they don't. That's not a problem at all. So with all these different things into perspective, and another thing that he said was, where people are going wrong and where it's becoming too common and becoming saturated in the entrepreneur game, it is that people are falling into the basket, or they're falling into the category of common. Yeah? And what that means is they are doing things not because it's their passion, but because everyone else is doing it and it's the trend, it's the in thing. Really bad strategy. Because why would someone come to you or see value in you, or actually why would you stand out if you're doing everything the same that everyone else is doing? Yeah. What that shows me as a coach that's been 8 years, and whatever you like, I hate to say, people go, Lee, but why don't you talk about that you're a multimillionaire? Why don't you talk about you've done this? I think that is all smoke and mirrors. I think that is all bullshit, because most coaches stood up there except for Gary V and said, well, you know what, I've made this much money, I've made that much money. Yeah, well, that's fantastic, but it's not about the money. I don't gauge my success on money. I gauge my success on lives saved, the people around me, the results on them, the relationships, and basically keeping a collective growth. And not even, why do I say basically? It's not basically, it's incredibly keeping a collective growth. So what I'm telling you this for is that if you're an inspiring anything, that most of the greatest coaches, entrepreneurs, thought leaders, change agents, whatever you want to call them, philanthropists, whatever I can't even say that word, is that if you've been through hell and back, then that's what's going to set you apart, yeah? If you've been through hell and back, so what that means is if you've been down, if you've been out, if you've been, gone through obviously a life challenge, and then when you get back on your feet, and that path from you coming from A to B and actually knowing the strategy when, you could have been, if I talk about myself, it was when I was suicidal, when I dealt with, I didn't know about my mental health, so on and so forth, that, I've been through hell and back, and that gives me a gift because I can say, you know what? It doesn't matter about how many books I've read. It doesn't matter how much education I've done. I can congruently tell you what was going through my mind when I was bedridden, when I put on 60 kilos, when I attempted to take my life 3 times, when I was aggressive, when I was this, I was that. And that's the so-called depression and that's a gift. And when you've got Gary V, you've got all the other great coaches that were up there, and you've got JT Foxx talking about where they've been and where they're at, that is the people, and those are the people that you want to be around, yeah? So what the message is behind all of that is, firstly, what is your message? Why are you put on this planet? Yeah, what have you gone through that no one else can replicate, no one else has got? Because we are all experts in our own greatness, because no one else can be you, no one else can be me. Yeah, and the better we get at you being you and me being me, that is something of information that we can share with another human that adds value in their life. But guess what? Where people are failing, and you might be failing as well, is the emotional experience and the emotional intelligence that comes with the experience and the moments and experiences that you create for others. Yeah, and it's the journey, because people will want to pay, people will put themselves in an environment, and people need to be around people that can give them the emotional experience, because unfortunately most people can't create that for themselves because they haven't done it. It was the same as me. I was creating the wrong experiences, the wrong emotional intelligence, the wrong emotional moments and experiences, which basically led me to suicide. Yeah, and thank whatever you want to say, I'm still here, and I know that I was put back on this planet for a higher purpose, and I knew that was my whole journey. So what I want to share with you all is, don't make up a story, don't make up a message, because you're going to attract that false environment. And a lot of people show up on social media like, hey, look at me and everything's fantastic and my life's great, but behind closed doors, you don't give a fuck about anyone. You couldn't hold a conversation to save yourself. You're only just telling people what they want to hear so you can take their money, and you don't have the values and beliefs that you're talking about. And you see that. You go to these events and you see these people show up on Facebook, yeah? And you show up on all these platforms. Then when you go to speak to them, you're like, hold on a second. If you have to act, you're acting. You know what I mean? Like if you meet me, it doesn't matter. I'm on. If you meet me, probably even in person, I'm even more intense. But I'm on all the time. It's just like, well, this is who I am. This is what we've been through. So on and so forth. So that's what I want to share. The other thing what I want you guys to understand is, a lot of people are showing up to say, well, I don't care about what anyone else thinks. But really, you care so much that you've lost yourself, that you aren't expressing yourself, you're not showing up. I don't want to do this, I don't want to help myself, I don't want to grow, I don't want to go to the gym. And we're saying that we don't care about what other people think, but we actually care what other people think way too much, that it's stopping us being who we are. As Gary V says, as JT Foxx says, as Lee Bundy says, fuck them. Fuck the haters, fuck people looking right to left, keep looking straight, because these people don't know what you're doing. They don't actually really give a fuck about you. They have their own insecurities, their own pain, so they need to inflict that onto you so they feel better about themselves. You know what I mean? It's the whole crab it in the buck syndrome. So we really do. I need to stop this. Yeah, so that's why, Evangela, we're going to be working closely together on Tuesday, and we need to get on another call either today or let's have a look on Monday, and we'll start rocking that out. And you know what I say to your sister as well? You know, there's no time like now. Let's get into it now. Let's sort it out, and let's start structuring things up. So one thing I learned yesterday as well, and what I teach you all, that, you know, when people say it's not the right time, it's never the right time. It's never the right time. I don't have the money. I'll wait till one day the money, you know, the Easter bunny is going to come and give me the money. Or I'll wait till I have more time. Or hold on, I'll wait till, excuse me, God comes down and I actually start to believe in myself. That's never going to happen. That's never going to happen. You need to get into it now, because what about if you as so Richard Branson says, take the opportunity, work it out later. So yesterday I enrolled in the one-on-one with JT Foxx, and you know, doing his course. And I also today I enrolled with it's called Virtual Assistant, getting assistants online, creating a team. So I'm going to have a team of 12 people that are going to be based in the Philippines to do the operations. Yeah. And yesterday I self-sabotage. I'm like, no, I don't want that, and I can't have that, and rah, and the rest of it, it's too much money. But I said, hold on a minute. What would that be worth if I, every Monday or the start of the, the week, or every, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, have a meeting with my 15 people and give them everything they need to do? That's going to give me so much more time. That's going to give me time to steer the ship, to work on what I need to work on, to become a better leader, instead of doing this and pays and this person and all this conflict and all this shit that happens behind closed, behind closed doors, is taking me away from the higher purpose. So today, got on the phone, sent an email, boom, all right, let's do this on Monday. I'm going to, give me a team of 12 people. Let's have a big meeting. Let's see what we need to do, and, and let's get it rocking and rolling. And that's what I teach people is, okay, you know what? If you can't do it now, let's just work it out. Let's get into it. What is it? Let's work it. Don't say no to it. Say yes, and then start working and building your identity up, building your ability up, and then you will work it out. And then it will happen, because if you don't go to the gym and you go, oh, I don't know what to do, oh, I can't go. But if you're in there, you're already 10 steps in front, because you're there. Yeah, and I don't know this, and this feels hard. You don't need to be lifting the big weights. Just lift a little bit and start off. Then the next time, do a little bit more, run a little bit further, diet a little bit harder, so on and so forth. And then you start to build up. But don't say, I don't want to go. You know what I mean? Like that event I went to yesterday, Gary, my VIP client, he wasn't going to go. And I said, look, this is going to be a huge breakthrough, because I want to take you to an environment where they're my people that when I was in the States, when I was in Bali, the coaches and the rest of that, this is where I got my break. This is the vibration of the people that I hang out with. And then he was there. JT Foxx came over. Hey, how you going, man? Good to see you. You met Gary, gave Gary that huge, big, that appreciation and an authority in front of 2,500 people. And boom, it's taken his, it's taken his ability and his growth to the next level. And the amazing thing was as well, through Gary V's team, he goes and his team was saying, well, look, I really could feel the energy. I could feel what you guys were talking about. And I sent an email, because I knew, obviously, through that. And then actually Gary replied back today. He goes, yeah, I remember, man. He goes, I would have loved to have some more time when we took the photo together. He goes, here's my email. Throw the ideas off, and when I'm free and the rest of it, all the team, and, we'll progress from there. And I'm planning to go to New York with my beautiful partner. And he says, make sure when you come into my office. So that was pretty cool as well. And plus, I know that he's been interviewed as well. So it was absolutely flat out. Also lead, jump first, and then learn to fly. Exactly, Perry. And you know what, Perry, man, you've been a massive inspiration. You know what what you've gone through in your life and how you're getting through. You're an absolute inspiration, man. Because someone stubs their toe on their furniture and they have a day or weeks off, bro. I can't imagine what you've had to go through and keep going through, and you're an absolute inspiration, bro. So love to keep you in the environment, love to keep you growing. We've got the True Authentic Reality tonight, which I'm going to elaborate on more stuff that I learned, which is going to be fantastic. So these are some other big takeaways. The better you get at being you and setting yourself apart from everyone else, and the more you become like irreplaceable, so the more you become unreplaceable, that is going to give you that understanding. The more you come with filling up people's hearts and wanting to improve people's lives, then that is when your life will start to flourish. Yeah. Great leaders will show up every day. It doesn't need to be polished. Like Gary Vee goes, he's got bags under his eyes. He goes, it doesn't need to be polished. It doesn't need to be switched on. It doesn't need to be, hey, Deborah, my beautiful sister. Good to have you on from Memphis. So what time is it over there? I know it's Thursday and it's probably going to be it's probably going to be midday over there. So, and we're going to be rocking out some workshops in the States. We'll probably look at LA, I think. If LA is going to be close enough, we'll get on a call and we'll organize it. So with that as well, you'll see great leaders showing up all the time, giving high-end content to constantly keep you growing, to constantly keep feeding you, yeah? And that's what it's about, people. 6 p.m. Oh, beautiful. So what I want to really give you a great message is as well, that where I saw a lot of people that were failing, so you had, entrepreneurs, you had a lot of people that were, they had great ideas, but the ideas were fueled, they're ideas, they're not obsessions. Yeah, so there's a big thing. They're an idea, it sounds cool, around about this, I'm not too sure, but the problem with that is, because they're not obsessions, you're never ever going to be extremely successful and you're never going to be connected with that. Hey Angie, good to have you on, sister. And what I learned was that the feedback that Gary was giving, the feedback that all the other coaches were giving JT in that was that, hey guys, you have to stop kidding yourselves, because what you're doing is a business to chase significance and money. It's not your life purpose. It's not that, that you've discovered the formula of getting people that are down, that are out, that are about to press, that are want to giving up. And then you found the formula to help people to get from A to B and giving them that mental health, giving that, that deep connection, that obsession, building better humans. Because guess what? There are a lot of broken people out there. We saw a lot of them yesterday, these business people that were coming out, and the reason why they're failing, it is because they don't have that emotional connection, is not strong enough for them to be able to have that ongoing, let's just have that laser beam passion, that, not worrying about who's there, just keep going straight, yeah? And that's where people are failing, is because they're just having that idea of, oh, I might do this today, I might do that today, but because it's not emotionally driving them and they don't have that connection, it becomes an idea, stays an idea, and it doesn't become an obsession, yeah? One of the other things I want to leave you with as well, people, is whatever you're doing in your message, you want it to be efficient, because people are always looking and paying to save time. So what's been happening, a big thing that I've learned, is that most people will listen to podcasts because they're either training, they're walking, they're in the car, then videos. Yeah? If you can get your message out in audio, you're on a winning strategy, yeah? So if you create a podcast, which I'm in the mix of creating a podcast now, so we're back, cool. So what I was saying is that, all right, we're back. I think the internet was playing up a little bit. So what I was saying for the third time, is that you want to be getting your message out in an audio, yeah? Because if it keeps cutting out. So what I want to be teaching you with, and what I'm going to leave you with, because hopefully the internet doesn't cut out again, is that, again, you want to get efficient and be showing up every day, but on all social media platforms. Facebook, LinkedIn, you've got Instagram, Snapchat, Twitter, the other two, I think there is, I'm not too sure about there's about 7 different platforms that you want to be mass sharing your information. But let's be honest, you don't want to be doing a live stream. You don't want to be showing up every day with, with bullshit. You want to show up with high-end content. You want to show up with earth-shattering content, life-altering content, yeah? That you're changing people's lives. And the internet technology is cutting out right now. And get your message out. It doesn't need to be polished. It doesn't need to be professional. It doesn't need to be perfect, yeah? No one's polished, no one's perfect, and no one's professional. You know what I mean? Professional is bettering yourself and getting into a high standard, but people go, I'm not professional, so I'm never going to start. Massive self-sabotage, you know what I'm saying? So what I'll leave you with, and this is a big thing as well, what I'll leave you with is the great thing about understanding of how you're going to take everything to the next level is having a great team around you. All right. So firstly, what did I say is about getting the best, being the best version of you, becoming that identity, having a strong message, get your message out to all the social media platforms, but live with your truth and have your message as a truth, because you want to have the results. Yeah. You don't want to go, well, excuse me. You don't want to go, well, let's just make it up because everyone else is doing it, because most businesses are driven on income instead of building better people. You build a better people, you help in empowering humans, and your life will just flourish. But you want to help people because you want to help them, not because you want to be someone, you want to be up on stages, you want to be significant. You want to help people because that's what it's about. People, alone you're unique, together you're unstoppable. So get your congruent, live in your truth, be in integrity and congruent about your message. But more importantly, this is the thing. Where people are failing is, I read 300 books, well done. I've gone and done this course, well done. But because they don't have a strong leader, they don't have someone to keep them accountable, they don't have someone that has got the results, and that is an earth, and I say an earth shattering or earth moving energy, that they're not going to get where they need to get. Because they don't have that self-accountability, they don't have that self-conviction, or you guys say motivation, and it's that energy. So there's so many different takeaways. I just wanted to elaborate that and this is the thing as well. Stop taking advantage of the social media platforms and start getting your message out to the world efficiently. Start getting better at being you. Start educating yourself. Keep going within to become a better version of you. Because once you become a better version of you, everything else will change without you even needing to do anything. It will change organically. Okay? And as I was saying before, the bigger and the better team you get around you, the better you're going to be, the better leader you're going to become, and more importantly, the stronger your influence will become about improving people's lives. So hopefully that added some value. I know it does. I love to teach because this is teaching myself, showing up with high-end content, people. And what I'm going to say is as well, I'm very excited for all the new people that have joined the True Authentic Reality, because people are saying to me, Lee, you keep talking about this value. I find value in you. How can we keep it going? So all the people that have joined our True Authentic Reality team, you'll all be added in on Monday. That's going to be fantastic. There's a lot of you already in that. For the people that have got a big interest about the restart, obviously that's going to be fantastic as well. That's going to be the retreat. So look, if you know someone that is basically lost themselves, if you know someone that needs that realignment, then we've got the Bali retreat, which is happening from the 6th to the 11th of December, and that is restarting your life today, or starting it today but restarting in December. Because the biggest thing is, people wait to January the 1st to start the year. We're going to be waiting from the 6th to the 11th to restart your lifetime and restart you. So when you go into the new year, you're ready to go. You're ready, prepared, with a new mindset, a new heart, a new belief system, a new team, and a new set of weapons for you to go and smash 2018. If that's something that interests you, send me an inbox, as everyone has said. We've only got 4 more positions left. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 positions are taken, 4 more. We're only going to have 8 people. We need to keep it small because it is very intimate, and we're dealing with people's lives, and we're dealing with people's forward forecasting right there. And as well, there's a lot of people saying that they don't want to be shown on social media. There's a lot of people that don't want to be in groups. Then we've got the one-on-one coaching. So we've got the one-on-one coaching with myself with 3 months, 6 months, and 12. And as you would have seen, Gary is one of my VIP clients, plus I have a lot of international clients with that. So if that's something that you want to work with, is a lot more private, a lot more intimate, and you want more details about that, send me an inbox about that as well. And if you find this of value, people, please share it with people that that are inspiring entrepreneurs, inspiring, just wanting to on a new journey and wanting to get their vision out to the world. Send this to them, and let's keep spreading the love. Because as I say, alone we're unique, but together we're unstoppable. So thank you guys. I'm Lee Bunya, the CEO of Team Beast Mode International, the founder, the creator of the Beauties and the Beast retreat, which is the ultimate polarity and identity recreation retreats. Obviously now we've created Own Your Shit in Style, this is our new program, which will be starting next week, and Black Belt Mindset. So we're rocking that out. And obviously the True Authentic Reality, we're up to season 6, people, session 4. So tonight's going to be absolutely fantastic. Couldn't have it yesterday because we had to do some things. We had to rub shoulders with Gary V and whatnot. So that was fantastic. So all the True Authentic Reality team, see you tonight. Evangelina, let's get you in the True Authentic Reality tonight. I want you to be be on, because you'll take great value from that. So send me an inbox. I'll get the team to add you as well. Everyone else, Deborah, if you're going to be on tonight, it will be fantastic. I know the time difference is a little bit different, but thank you for your time, people. Much love. And you know what I finish with as well, I'm the messenger of strength and always lead you with the truth. Have a great day.